G'day and welcome to the CRL Show. Paul Arundel, Geoff Stevenson back for another one. Well, we almost got through a full round of rugby league on the weekend, a couple of washouts up the Gold Coast way, but Newcastle, perfect round.
Yeah.
Canberra, Sunshine Coast.
Yeah, they seem to be dodging like storms and showers and stuff like that, but a lot of games that I thought weren't going to go ahead went ahead, which is great.
Yeah, well, they're all taking the Easter break this weekend, or most competitions. Newcastle will tuck into round 4, but we'll touch on that a little bit later on. We'll get into some of the highlights first, and we'll kick it off with the Canberra Rugby League and the Queanbeyan Blues. Losers first up, but they're back in the winner's circle, and the man who threw that pass, Terry Campese, he's still got it.
I don't know he's looking at a World Cup, but he's certainly looking sharp enough to be there.
Yeah, and he was instrumental in the victory for the Blues, picking up here the spoils for a try.
He looked lean and pretty fit.
Yeah, so 32-20, the Queanbeyan Blues over Tuggeranong in that one. Then up the road, it's Workers Arena, Goulburn City Bulldogs. They put the cleaners through Gungahlin, so plenty of really, really good tries in this one. I think it's Dominic Stevens crossing there.
Hampered a little bit. We always bark on about these jerseys look the same. It's a bit hard to enjoy this game. They look a bit similar. Yeah,
48-16.
Wow.
The Bulldogs over the Bulls, and Gungahlin were pretty strong last year. Yes, their first home game for the season. They had the bye in round 1. A bit of a tough test against Woden Valley, who go 2 for 2 with a 40-22 victory over the Magpies. Then the final game, Belconnen United at home to the Queanbeyan Kangaroos, and the Sharks bounced back after a bit of a touch-up in round 1 to defeat the Kangaroos, who are now 0-2. Belconnen winning 26-10.
Yeah, Queanbeyan won't be happy with that. And looking at the ground there, like there's some great, very healthy-looking grounds. That Yass ground looks in particularly good nick. That's brand new? Is that the brand new stadium?
So now they've moved over to the other side, so we don't get to see the hillside car park, multi-levels.
Yeah. But it looked like everything's looking in great nick down there.
Lush and green. Yeah, so Canberra, round 2, done and dusted. They now have a week off, and they'll be back the Anzac Day weekend with round 3. We'll move into the Gold Coast. Only 2 games this weekend due to the wet weather, and Runaway Bay, they hosted Helensvale, and the Seagulls looked back to their best. They put a clinic on in the first half, and poor old Helensvale had no answer, running out try after try. And to me, they seem to take their foot off the pedal. You can see the supporters
going nuts. And I'm going to say, night games, but you could see the crowd coming out to watch that night game. It's fantastic. Yeah,
it was a big day of footy at Kevin Bycroft. Then down at Tugun, it was like a mini cyclone whipped in here. We had trouble all afternoon with the camera operator, just the bad weather. It was just horrible. It was weird to consider that just up the road, probably half an hour, the weather was okay. But,
it was right on the coast there. It's pretty exposed, and I guess the locals can work it to their advantage if they know what's going on with the breezes. Yeah,
Southport picking up a win 20-6 over Tugun. As I said, Runaway Bay 40-4 over Helensvale. That was round 3 of the Gold Coast. We'll go to the Newcastle Rugby League now. It was round 3. And this first one was a bit of an upset.
There's quite a few. This is a clear upset. There were a few in the week that were upsets as well, but there's a big crowd there as well.
Yeah, actually, Wong scored 4 tries to 3 in this one, but goal kicking let them down, and Lakes pick up their first win.
Yeah, I assume the kicks were from out wide, a fair few, because it was not many kicked.
And Sleepy's Day, Townsend Oval, South Newcastle picking up the point. So it was a bit of an arm wrestle, this one. They go and try for try, and then South skipped away in this one. Ryan Glanville taking the intercept, and he's got a bit of pace for him. He's had a few leg injuries, so to score that winning try basically and boot the ball. Yeah,
it's great to secure it. On Sleepy's Day, what a way to finish the game.
They're still looking for that ball. It's Merriweather Heights somewhere. Then here, the Scorps picking up the win away. It's always a tough road trip to Cessnock, and well done to the Scorps.
Like, you call this an upset? I guess, I think the Scorps have been playing pretty well so far in trials in the first round.
Yeah, considering that it was Macquarie's first outing. Cessnock have had a couple of games under the belt. Yeah, you could say. So Scott's winning 20-10, and Maitland got over the entrance here 38-12. Poor old Tigers again. They've been in the same boat as Macquarie, not having a run.
Yeah.
And Maitland, they look pretty polished here early.
Yeah. Ball's going to hand, kicks going to hand. They all look pretty clinical.
Yeah, Matt Sopalola there finishing off for a great try. James Bradley picked up another hat-trick. That's two hat-tricks in a row.
It's not bad. The top try scorer for the year.
And this one here, this is an upset. The Bulldogs over West at Hargrove. I'm not sure when the last time Curry actually defeated West at Hargrove, but this try here seals it here. Bit of luck.
Yeah.
Favours the fortune, and well done to Curry. That's their first outing. So West have had a couple under their belt. Now they've lost 3 in a row, West, but those Rosella's fans out there, don't worry about that, because I think he's lost 7 in a row before he's went on and won 8 in a row. So
a low-scoring game. But, here we were last year about this time talking about West and whether they're going to, be wooden spooners and stuff like that, and then they just turned their season around, and then COVID struck, of course, so we missed out on finding out what happened at the end.
Yeah, and I must say, well done to Aaron Watts, his first coaching gig in the Newcastle Rugby League, and picking up the win. Tough ask, and plus they've had a bit of ups and downs, Curry, of late, so it's good to see them bounce back and pick up the 2 points.
That's right, and I can't imagine, every team has been knocked about by training being cancelled because of wet weather, so good on them for actually putting in high quality performances considering the lack of training that's been going on.
We'll move up north, Sunshine Coast Rugby League round 2, and first up we've got Caboolture hosting Maroochydore. This one ended up in a 20-all draw. Wow. I think it's 2 weeks in a row Maroochydore have had a draw.
Jeez,
so
they get their field goal specialist working on the
It's good to see some old style jerseys too.
Yeah,
like that. 20-all, and ended up with Caboolture and Maroochydore. Then Noosa took on Biwa, and this one was also very close, with Noosa getting the points 28-24. Then Caloundra hosted Nambour, and Nambour got the cash 32-22, but this is a ripper of a try from Walter Lonstein. I hope I've pronounced that correctly.
They can correct us, contact us if you got it wrong. Look at that. It was probably, for those listening, about 6 steps. I think he sort of stepped basically half the team, really. But they were funny steps. It wasn't like he was kind of like evasive that much. And
Nambour Crushers said they picked up the win 32-22. The other result was Kawana over Gympie 32-20. So that was round 2 of the Sunshine Coast. There's a fair few highlights to get through this week, and as I said, it's going to be a bit quieter next week. But the South Coast,
they were due to play this round of 12
last week. Well, actually 2 weeks ago they was due to start, and they put it back due to a rep final. Yeah, one of the local teams were in. Then they moved it, got washed out, and now they got the week off. So
so that's another one. We'll get there eventually with South Coast, but we're just kind of just waiting in the meantime for the Mother Nature as well as other things to kind of keep get them back on the field. Yeah.
Well, that's the highlights for you, and I guess it's time to hit the round the groups.
Yeah, round the groups. We'll start this week. There's a fair bit of stuff, so just stop me. Just yank my ear if you want me to shut up. But we'll start with around the non-groups, because I've been looking into the Midwest League.
Yep.
And looking at what's been going on there. It's sort of like wedged between, I guess, Blue Mountains and the group 10 and 11. It's sort of like a funny... I didn't realise it's 120 years old.
Wow.
So first of all, I thought it was one of those leagues that kind of emerged because there was some sort of, argument in a board meeting, and it's, we're going to make our own league up. That probably happened that way, but 120 years ago.
So that to me says it must have been a group once.
But anyway, it's ceasing to be as of this year. Dallas Booth... The Dallas Booth, I don't know what Dallas Booth's got to do with anything, but he said he's associated with the Midwest League, and he said that it'll come back. It's not dying. The integrity of it will remain, is his words. But essentially, they had 3 teams left. So they had Charles Sturt Uni, Oberon, and Orange United. So they're going to merge with the Woodbridge Cup. Okay. So it'll strengthen the Woodbridge Cup. It's a 12-team comp this year, Woodbridge Cup. And essentially this is just because of what we've seen in the country. Teams like Lithgow Bears and Portland Colts were 2 teams that were in the Midwest League that just couldn't play this year. So it's unfortunately one of those things. Hopefully Midwest League's history doesn't die and it does come back, but it will make the Woodbridge Cup an interesting comp. What I like is the Woodbridge Cup now must have be in contention for the best nicknames of all footy teams in any one comp.
Yep. Okay.
This year we'll see the Golden Eagles play the Mungos.
There you go.
We'll see the Boomers play the Blue Healers.
Yeah.
And there's a whole bunch of other ones that are very, very interesting. I'd love to see the history of it.
Yeah.
The
we
Mungos.
might have to dig that up, or if there's anyone that's had a bit to do with the Midwest Cup, maybe they can get a hold of us.
I wonder what makes a Eugowra Golden Eagle a Golden Eagle. I've wondered that for a while now, where they went with Golden.
Well, it's like Jamboree, the Superoos.
The Superoos, yeah. You wonder what makes a Superoo.
I mean, I hear Superoo and I think of the car. Subaru, not Superoo.
And funnily enough, for those car people, there actually was a model of Ford that was a Superoo model. So
there you go.
You've got to find out this stuff. Nicknames might be my thing this year.
Yeah.
George Took Shield, actually, another nickname news. This is just to bring it up because I really like the Crookwell Green Devils, which I don't, again, know how a devil becomes green or...
Yeah.
I thought that was the Nimbin team. But anyway, and the Brahmins. I've been along Brahmins.
Yeah.
So George Took as well. Blake Ferguson, Curtis Scott update.
Yep.
Just how they're faring at Thirlmere. So far, so good. They've lost the game, but last week they towed up Mittagong Thirlmere 42-10. Curtis and Blake both scored.
Yep.
Curtis kicked 3. Blake kicked 3 from 4.
Wow. Blake Ferguson, goal kicker as well.
Yeah. So he's playing fullback. And Curtis is playing 5'8". So it seems to be going all right. I think it's almost like a rehabilitation program for them. And I don't think it's a bad thing, these players coming down there in those situations. I just hope one day... I can see Curtis Scott just going somewhere else very soon.
Yeah.
Maybe Blake could stick around because he's a bit older.
Yep.
But I just feel like it's sort of like I hope it's just not that 1 year they rock up, go, yeah, that was great. Oh, I got an offer from a Queensland Cup team, see you later.
Yeah.
I would like it. Some legacy from getting these guys in. So they're going all right down there. May 20th, Royce Simmons is walking through Blaney. So let's lock that into your calendar. on top of other clubs, sorry, I've got a lot of information today, and a lot of it's about walking. Royce Simmons doing a walk for. Now, what is it for? Sorry, dementia research.
Okay, so is he walking from one end of the town to the other, or is he going to go every street?
I don't know whether he's going to stop. Like, will he slow down and just chat? He's actually stopping.
Yeah.
But he's walking from... I don't know what streets he'll take, so maybe the Blaney people can work that out for him. Maybe send him into a couple of cul-de-sacs, just a
bit of a routes
for a G up. Just send him round the cemetery a few times. Anyway, he's doing a walk he's walking from Goolagong to Penrith, which is something like 300 k's.
Yeah.
In the meantime, it's not just Blaney. He's going to go to Canowindra. He's also stopping in at Bathurst. He's stopping in at Lithgow. And along the way, having people walk with him, and they're having sportsman's dinners and stuff, which I'm assuming it goes towards dementia, but I'm sure the local rugby league community is going to jump involved in that. So
nice. Well
20th of May is going to be at Blaney, and then his 15th of May is going to be at Canowindra. Blaney's going to have, it's just at the local services club, I think, sportsman dinner. And one of the main people going is John Cartwright.
Okay.
Now, when I hear that name, I think a very good night will be had. Martin Lang as well. And Barry Walker, which might be a local guy.
Barry Walker, he played with Penrith back in the
there you go. Okay.
89, 90s. He might have played a bit longer than that. He might have played in one of the grand finals.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah. So they'll be there. But, the Canoundra's got Paul Dunn and Craig Gower out there.
Yep.
Tony Butterfield. Quite a few decent people will be involved in these. That's a luncheon at Canoundra. So... probably check your local Facebook pages around what clubs are involved with that. But it's great to see somewhere like Blaney. I particularly wanted to mention because this is a town that's gone down to reserve grade.
Yeah,
they've been struggling a little bit to get a first grade team up.
So hopefully,
hopefully they can inject some interest back in there and get some plays out on the field. Group
Second
2.
Page.
I know. I will finish with this one. Group 2. We might knock some down the street. Group 2. Bellingen Valley Dorrigo, unfortunately, this week pulled out for this year. One reason they actually put, as I listed it, was flooding. Because what they said was, we haven't been able to train. We haven't been able to trial. People, I could imagine it's more than that. You imagine if you've lost everything in your house... You're not going to go to training.
You're not going to or anything.
You're not going to think about playing that trial. So they've actually, it's the first I've really heard of it. They're actually like in recess. There is not one team playing this year for for the Belgian Dorigo team. So anyways, hopefully they can just regroup and get back for 2023. What it means is a draw's out, so we can see how the Burgess boys, Sammy Burgess's coaching career is going to start. He's actually started last week with a 28-all draw against Ballina. And they play Sawtell, one of the new teams coming back, coming back first round. And first round,
the derby,
South Grafton versus Grafton Ghosts are playing in the first round. So that'll be an interesting kick-off to Group 2. Now, I've got another few hours of this, but I might...
No, keep going.
Oh, no, there's just the usual stuff. There's just so much happening this time of year. I think everyone's rolling out there. There's lots of rugby league happening and a lot of kind of functions happening and that kind of stuff. So probably the last thing is the Snowy River Bears news.
Yeah.
Got to cover Snowy River Bears news.
Exactly.
They're trying to get a reserve grade up and running. So if anybody got some boots on, they want to whack some boots on and head down to Snowy River Bears at Jindabyne, get down there. But that's just to mark the continued expansion of the club, because 2 years ago they didn't have a team.
Yeah.
Now they've got an under-18s, trying to get a reserves first grade. They're trying to get a couple of under-16s, I think, and a women's ladies league tag.
Okay. No, well done to the guys down there.
Yeah,
That's
so good
stuff.
News. You hear about these other clubs folding and not much happening about them, and competitions folding. It's good to hear some good stuff happening as well.
Yeah, awesome.
That's it.
Awesome. That's
for me.
Around the groups.
You got anything else to add?
No, I haven't, but I just thought, so I'll just show you this picture. We'll put it up on the screen for you. What do you make of that there?
Well, I don't know whether it was like the crowd wasn't allowed to turn up that. No, it's probably not a good spot to have the crowd. Something ain't right. And actually, when you look at that, I did look at this and notice that, a couple of players there are wearing completely different colours.
It puts you in mind of when you're playing an over 40s, over 50s touch tournament, and you've got to wear a special shirt because they don't go too hard. But
shirts and skins, maybe. Like it's sort of like they didn't. It's like rocking up for that game of touch after work. Just whack on whatever shirt you got in the car.
Yeah, if Entrance Tigers season's been delayed enough, they've had some problems with their jerseys, and you can see they're wearing a couple of Maitland Pickers away jerseys just to fill the quota.
I was thinking, like, it's not illegal. Like, it's not like they would suspend a game because there's not enough jerseys to go around. I don't think. But I've never seen it happen before.
I'm sure there used to be a rule where clubs get fined or can lose competition if they're not kitted out in uniform probably now. But, I mean, you can watch NRL and guys have their socks down and displaying their skins and stuff like that.
And they freak out more. They're freaking out these days about jewellery and hair and they don't have a problem with it, but those hair clips and stuff like that. So this isn't a safety issue. It's just very odd, and I just don't think I've ever seen it. What I was trying to think is, have I ever seen this happen before? It must have happened somewhere else ever, even in a reserve grade or something. I don't think I've ever seen it.
I've seen trials. They wear different styles of the club's jerseys. But never seen that.
And numbers. I've seen numbers go amiss, and somebody might run on with no number on it.
Could be a world first.
It could be. Well, that's what I'm wondering. I've never seen it before. If anyone has said, look, you don't need evidence. Just say, no. I was down watching reserve grade once, and they lost their jerseys and stuff. Very, very odd.
Yeah.
Very odd. I don't know what the next step is. Will they start wearing AFL shirts or something? They get the local AFL. if they'd run out of...
Let's hope so.
I don't know what would happen if they didn't have that option. Would they have said you can't play, or you just chuck a shirt on?
Skins and no skins.
Yeah, maybe. Or the Reggie, like you're on reserve bench with no shirt on, and when you run on, you swap shirts.
Well, see, that was the problem for the Entrance Tigers. They got their reserve grade. Technically, their first grade play in the Central Coast Comp. So all their others, they would have just brought up just enough and... So, we're a couple short here. But anyway,
that's one thing I love about Bar TV is we're everywhere, and you can sort of see that these things happen. And before there was footage, and probably even, I mean, it's a different world too with camera phones and stuff. Before that was around, this would be just some story you'd hear in the pub, and they go, they wouldn't have done that. They put on the other team's jersey. It'd just be something we'd dismiss. But there you go, we've got the evidence.
Yep. Well, anyway, we'll move on to the Quizmasters Trivia. There was no winners on last week's Quizmasters Trivia, so we're just going to hold that back. We're going to allow you a bit more time to research. The question was, here it is on the screen, when was the last time Queanbeyan Blues lost a round one fixture?
It's not double or nothing. Like you don't get like 2 memberships if you get this one because it's been 2 weeks.
Yep. So it must have been a very hard one. So anyway,
there's got to be some people down that way that connected to the club.
Yeah.
They'll know.
Anyway, you've got the. Have you got this week's?
I have got this week's, and Paul and I often. Sometimes we even plan this podcast and vodcast, but I've done a twist on. We did this afternoon plan it, but I've made it a little twist on
5
the
minutes
question.
before we
started. But planning. I've put a little twist on it because I was going to ask about the Clayton Cup because I'm fascinated with Clayton Cup history. I'm going to ask, in the last 7 years, 2 different Shark teams have won the Clayton Cup.
Okay.
Can anybody, without looking it up, let us know what 2 different Shark teams won the Clayton Cup?
All right, if you can answer that one correctly, leave a message in the comments section on Facebook or on the website, or email us at rugbyleague@bartv.com.au, and you can win a 12-month subscription.
Yeah, and you would assume that would be...
To Bar TV, I should say.
Yeah, exactly. You would assume that's a coastal team, but we do also have the... Who plays in Canberra? Sorry.
Belconnen United, yeah.
So they're not they're Sharks, you know.
There is plenty of Sharks in Canberra. I think I've used that one before. But,
that's right.
Yeah. Anyway, that's Quizmasters Trivia, and we'll keep moving on. We seem to be all of a sudden on a roll. We'll go to the big hit of the week, and this one is a bit of a double bunger.
Yeah, big hit in brackets S, big hits.
So here it is. It's at Kevin Bycroft. Here's number 1 from Will Murray. A runaway bay against
just
Helensvale.
legal, wasn't it? Like you lifted him, but it was okay.
And just when you think they're done, bang, there's another one there. Can't quite pick up that number there, but 2 in a row for runaway bay, the Seagulls.
And you feel for them. You can see they're running out of their own try line. They're just trying to get the ball out. They just keep getting smashed. Yeah. Which is, one of those days.
It was one of it was for the poor old Hornets.
Yeah.
But that was the big hit of the week. So we'll move into this weekend's fixtures. There's not much happening, but Newcastle Rugby League gets into round 4, and we kick it off Thursday with Cessnock v Curry, the Coalfields derby.
Yeah.
Didn't get to play the Charity Shield earlier this year. There was a bit of toing and throwing between the 2 clubs.
Yeah.
And then I think rain just halted any opportunity to get the trial happening. So this is with their first outing. These 2 always bring a big crowd. Thursday night up at Cessnock.
Interesting form lines coming into it. Cessnock have gone down. Curry have jagged that win against West. So they're kind of... If there's ever a point where Curry's at the top of their confidence level and Cessnock are a bit knocked about, now's the time. So it'll be a great game.
The entrance, they host Macquarie Scorpions, so fingers crossed they've got a full kit. But again, it doesn't really matter because they're playing Macquarie, who play in dark green. So, I mean, they can run out in 15 different styles.
Shirts and skins.
Yeah.
Maybe we pick a team one day, let's play a day with just their shirts off.
Yeah, no jersey pulling. Souths host Wyong at Townsend Oval. This should be a good one. Wyong looking to bounce back after losing to Lakes. Souths looking for 2 in a row at Townsend.
Well, they'd be pumped. It's good that Sleepy's Day is great for the charity and it's great for the organisation, but it's great for Souths. They would have got a lot out of that win.
Yep.
Big crowd, big finish. So it'll be interesting to see how they play after that.
So those 2 fixtures there on Good Friday. Then there's 2 more on Saturday with Central hosting Wests and Lakes at home to Maitland. 2 good ones there for Saturday as well.
Yeah, again, there's a mishmash of form in those 2 games. Like West really need to start winning. Lakes, surprise packet at the moment maybe. So it'll be an interesting couple of clashes. What's the game of the round?
Cessnock v Curry Thursday night.
Fantastic. Yeah. So you're talking about how there's other comps on recess and that kind of stuff. Well, you're only, because thanks to Bar TV, and if you subscribe or even if you don't, you've got footy on no matter where you are. You don't really need to worry about if you're down the south coast and they're not playing, or up the north coast they're not playing. You just whack on Bar TV.
Yeah, hopefully the commentator does a reasonable job.
Oh, you do a cracker of a job.
Well, mate, that's pretty much it for the show. Anything else you want to add?
I've got 3 or 4 more pages around.
Let's go. I'll just put this down and
that was it. Go. This is what happens when I have too much time on my hands. But no, it'll be... I think we're warming up, but it's almost like one of those weeks... Geez, give it a couple of weeks' time after Anzac Day, everything will be up and running then, won't it? And it'll be fantastic. So this is almost like we've had the entree.
Yep.
Ready for the main very soon.
Yep. Well, thanks for joining us again. Episode 4 done and dusted of the CRL Show. As we say, if you've got any news, events coming out with your club, let us know at rugbyleague@bartv.com.au, or just leave a message in Facebook and we'll try and give it a little bit of a plug for you. That's it, mate.
That's it. Yeah, like we always say, subscribe. It's a great thing to be subscribed to on a weekend when you just want to kick back and watch some footy.
All right, we'll catch you next week, maybe.
See ya.